Hi everybody. In this video, we are going to look at 7 digital marketing strategies that you could do if you are an agency for an auto dealership, or if you are an auto dealership yourself, then you can straight away do these 7 strategies. About 4 of these strategies are free. You just need one of your employees or 2 or 3 of your employees to know a little bit about digital, which is what you'll see in this video. And the remaining 3 are paid campaigns that you can run. All right. Let's begin. So, if you are watching this video, I'm assuming that you have seen all the previous videos before that. So, especially the social media marketing videos and the videos about running Facebook ads and Google ads. Now, those videos we taught you how you should look at campaigns, how you design the campaigns, how you create campaigns. You need an ad manager account, you need a Google Ads Manager account or a Facebook Ads Manager account. This set of videos are where we will take up different businesses in this particular section and give you a perspective on how you can employ a digital marketing strategy for those businesses. All right. So, summarizing what it is, what most people talk about is only about paid media. But what we are going to focus on is that you should also use owned media. And owned media is a list of all the handles, the social media handles, your basic online presence. Your website is only one part of your owned media. Now, why did we do digital marketing? There are 2 basic reasons why we do digital marketing. One is for building the brand, and the second is for performance marketing. What is the difference between brand marketing and performance marketing? In performance marketing, you are looking at a real sale that will happen. So, a lead which you produce comes under a performance marketing campaign. Um, that lead gets converted into a cost per retail. You make some sale, and the business makes money. Brand building, on the other hand, may not immediately produce a rate of return, but a little difficult to quantify. The jury is still out on what should be the various parameters that you should use for brand building, but we're going to talk about both of these things. Fine. If you're working with an agency, you can get all of your agency to do both of these things equally effectively. All right. So let's talk about marketing plan number 1. How strong is your online brand today? I would like you to do a little exercise. I'd like you to open Chrome, open a new tab on Chrome, and just do a search on car dealer in the city that you are on. So if you are based in Nagpur, write car dealer in Nagpur, car dealer in Jalandhar, car dealer in Ernakulam, and tell me what comes up. And what you will observe is that there will be a bunch of Google business profiles, and then after that, some websites. Now, the idea would be that your Google business profile is what needs to come on that particular page, on the first page of Google search. Now, so when we look at social media presence, what are the different types of presence we are talking about? We're talking about a Facebook business page. We're talking about an Instagram account. We're talking about a Google business page, a WhatsApp business page, a LinkedIn profile, an X, a Twitter business page, YouTube channel, and a website. Now, most of the dealers, the automobile dealers that we work with, they tell us that we already have a Facebook page. Why should we, why should we do this? Why do we need a website at all? Well, let's take an example. So the question is that, let's say your Facebook page might have 1,000, 2,000 followers. But if I were to do a search on car dealer in Nagpur, sometimes on the first page, I will actually get a result which is as close. There'll be people who will have a very little, presence online. So let me just show you how this would work. So let's say if I were to do this car dealer in Nagpur, right? I'm doing this exercise. Okay, and now see here. Our user interface might look a little different from yours because we have a Chrome extension which analyzes GMB profiles. Now see here, I've got a Nexa, Arya Cars, I've got HS Cars, a used car dealer. He's got barely 300 reviews, 891 reviews, 1.5. I've just got Maruti. If you are a different company other than Maruti, you should not be very happy with these results. Our idea is that our page has to come on the first page. Our online presence must be on the first page of an organic search. I have not mentioned the name of the brand over here, but if I were to, let's say, type a Skoda car dealer in Nagpur, and now I'm likely to get a little ad here, and now I've got Patni Skoda. I've got Patni Skoda over here. So now I'll get this. Obviously, when I do a brand search, my page should come, but it should also come if I'm doing a category search. But you would have also noticed that there is no Facebook page that is coming up over here. If I go back to the car dealer page, you see what is happening. HS cars, showrooms, okay, all those things is there. There isn't a single Facebook page here. And why is that? Because no platform will send traffic outside of its platform unless I specifically type down over here Facebook. I do a colon Facebook, right? And when I do a colon Facebook, Google searches only on Facebook for this. Now I will get the Facebook pages, but by default it will not come. And therefore, the first step in a social media strategy is that we need a mix of what all? We need a mix of both Google and Meta ecosystems. So what would come under a Meta ecosystem? We're talking about a Facebook page, we're talking about an Instagram business account, and in the and a WhatsApp business page. And in the Google ecosystem, we're talking about a Google business profile. We're also talking about a LinkedIn page, because if you are doing B2B sales, then your head of procurement of your target company is on LinkedIn, right? And that's a huge platform that you should not be missing out on. And if you've got videos which are being produced by your principal, I mean, the company that you are a dealership for is already producing a whole lot of videos. Those videos are what need to go onto the YouTube channel. All right. So marketing plan number one is you should have at least 4 of these social media handles. That's your basic online presence. All right. How do you get this done? Well, there is no need to appoint an agency to do that. We are a digital marketing agency. There is, and plenty of us will offer these services if you want us to do it, but it's not required. We don't feel so. Why? Because we feel that you can do it much better than the way we can do it. A digital agency that you will hire is not only working with you as an automobile dealership, it's also working with a local restaurant, it's also working with a builder, it's also working with a manufacturing company that does B2B sales. Do we know your business as well as you do? Absolutely not. Okay. You know the product, you know your customer, you know your industry that you are working in a little. All you have to do is just appoint 2 or 3 resources at your dealership. Youngsters who have just joined in from college, you can take summer trainees who will do this whole thing for you, and interns who will do this for you, and they just need to be told as to what sort of content needs to go regularly. All right. So that's the idea. The second thing that we're talking about is, okay, is to build. So the first point is you build a strong set of social media pages. Now the question is, what kind of posting do we do on those social media pages? What most people do in the automobile industry is post delivery photos. They just put product information. But here's the idea. Who's the target group for the page? It is not only your new customers, it's not only your potential customers, but also your existing customers. And the idea is that we are building a community. How do we measure whether we are building a community or not? Is we want each of our customers, whether it is potential or new, to come in and visit the page at least a weekly engagement level. So once a week, they should come to the page. Now, therefore, accordingly, that kind of content needs to go on. So if they're coming in regularly, the banner image should to be a current hot product that is being promoted. So if you're running a Diwali scheme, a Dasra scheme, a Gudi Padwa scheme, that's what needs to be there. Lots more dealership details in the about section of the page, lots of links. Each of these pages should connect to your social media other handles. So if you got a YouTube channel, you got a WhatsApp business page, you got a website, an email ID, all of those things should come up in the Facebook left side of the page. And your content strategy is daily posts that are savable and shareable. Instagram's algorithm has changed now. The algorithm no longer promotes likes and comments. It promotes saves and shares. So your content has to be savable and shareable. How exactly do we go about creating content that is savable and shareable? And people with 2 million followers, people with 5 million followers are posting daily. So if you are posting once in a week or so, you might as well not be posting at all. Right? So marketing plan number 2 is daily posts that are shareable and savable. What should be there? Well, uh, the idea is put yourself in the shoes of the customer and say, what is it that the customer wants to see from me? What does the customer struggle with? Think of your customer as a person who's facing a lot of challenges in life, and our content needs to help him manage his relationship with his car better. So, one day a week. Now, I'm going to give you 11 ideas on what all you can put up. What we need to do is using a tool called Canva, using Meta Business Suite, we can actually schedule these posts about 15 days in advance. So one is a product advertise in detail. Chances are you have about 9 or 10 SKUs. Each product has 5 or 6 variants. So you're talking 50 different variants. One every Monday there will be a detail of one product that is advertised. Second, weekly photos of all the purchasers and delivery photos with the name of the customer. The customer is tagged to these things. Third is events and local sponsorships. If your dealer principal has made a talk at a leadership forum or a local Rotary Association or a industries group, a traders group, then that is what needs to go in. Maybe you sponsored a cricket tournament at the local level. Those are the photos that needs to go. Um, Testimonials of happy customers who have bought the car from you about 2 years back, 3 years back or so. They are coming in into the service workshop. They're happy with your service. So it can be a video and a text testimonial of happy customers. The fifth point can be customer case studies. Now, let's say a customer had an accident. That accident vehicle came into the dealership. 15 days later, you return, you refurbished the vehicle and made it as good as new. This is a story of how your customer A faced a challenge, used your services, and benefited from the solution. Sixth, educate the customer. Now, look at it this way. What does your customer struggle with? Think of an existing customer who's just bought the vehicle. I have a situation where there are 4 drivers that drive my car. Everybody operates on a different setting of the seat. How do I store the setting of the seat? 4 different settings of the seat. How do I use the Android autoplay? How do I change the volume? How do I adjust the air conditioning? What are the 6 different ways in which I can adjust air conditioning and humidity? How do I maintain my vehicle properly? Monsoons are coming up. 6 ways in which I can prepare my car for the monsoons. How to extend the battery life of your electric car. This is the kind of content that people will find savable and shareable. Best wishes on Diwali, happy Dasara. This I think most of you are doing. Okay. Humorous post on trending topics. There's an Olympics going on. There's an IPL that is coming up. There is a budget. Nirmala Sitharaman released the budget. There are so many memes that are going on. We're becoming a world of memes. So can you put on some interesting stuff over there? Zomato does this exceedingly well. And then what you can do is take up one feature and benefit that customers are struggling with. You talk about ADAS. Okay? In one video, only talk about ADAS. And it doesn't have to be a Sanjay Leela Bansali production. It can be a simple stuff. Okay, which can be shot on your local phones. You don't even need an iPhone for it. I was using a 10,000 rupee phone for most of our content that goes on our YouTube channel and our LinkedIn profile, and some of those posts have gone to more than 1 million views. All right. The 10th point would be put yourself in the shoes of the customer. You might have 30 or 40 cars, used cars in your dealership, but can you make buying simple? So let's say 10 sedans under rupees 10 lakhs. 5 SUVs under 15 lakhs is what you can put as a post on your or this thing on your page. And there was one you can show your own team at the dealership having fun at work. What is the idea? The idea is this is how you build a brand. You make it personal. You share something from your own life. You share what is happening. Yes, I want to buy a car from a large company. Yes, that's a big brand. Whether it is a Maruti, a Tata, or a Mahindra or somewhere. But I'm also going to buy it from the local dealership, and I would like to know that you are a person, a business that I can trust. Right? So that is the idea. Okay. Out of these 11 points, you can select about 6 to 7 of these and then run it like a content calendar. Right? Each post should have a lot of details, a lot of web links. They should link to a website if people want to study the whole thing in detail. Hashtags which make the post searchable, and web links will have UTM parameters. Right? We've got all of this covered in in what is a UTM parameter and all that in the previous course. You can have a look at the videos on it. All right. Content can be a combination of images, carousels, and short and long form videos. It does not have to be a Sanjay Leela Bansali production. All right. So, how do you use this content strategy? You use the Meta Business Suite. You create this content using ChatGPT and Canva, and then the Meta Business Suite actually tells you how gives you an idea of how to really post all of these things. All right. Okay, so now the point is, how do I come up with different post angles? So I'd like to give you an example of how Zomato does this. Okay, ASAP would be known as as soon as possible at everybody, but here is Zomato who's got to take on it a satisfying aloo paratha. We don't want you to pay. Okay, we don't want you to pay. Now this is the whole idea is to stop the scrolling that is happening. We don't want to pay not for the food but the delivery fee. Okay, uh, work putting pressure, then don't cook. Right, up to 60% off on Zomato. Only X you should ever call is extra cheese pizza. ILY, I love you. Valentine's Day today. I'm shooting this video on Feb 14. Ice cream, latte, and yogurt. IAS, well, when the civil services exams results were coming out, the newspapers were full of interviews of students. Zomato comes out with a post which is apply for IAS. There's nothing to this. There's just a red background. There's text, and there is one photo of one dish. That's it. Okay, idli and sambar. No offers because it's salary day. These are the brand ambassadors that Zomato uses. Don't feel like cooking, then don't. That's the idea. I'd like to show you an example of a Honda dealership that actually does this. So let me just open that particular page and show you over here. All right, so Bob Land Ferris Beaverton Honda is this dealership that we really liked. Okay, this is what he does. So see what he does. He's got first of all a lot of these details that are mentioned over here. He's got a fair number of reviews on the page, 1.8 likes and 3.6K reviews, and he's showing members of his team. He's got an ad which ran 20 years back for Honda. That's what he got. I mean, don't you get 20-year-old ads in your feed right now? And I'm sure you stop and watch those ads. Here is a guy who's singing. Here is a person, the Honda Ridgeline is a product video that is made over here. This is how the driver profile might look like. Here's a mechanic who's thinking about something, interviews with the staff, right? These are the people. I mean, look at it this way, how good your staff would feel when they are getting featured on the Facebook page, right? Then after that, you've got the mechanics who are having a little fun in the service workshop. This is the product detail. So this is and then you got a link which takes them to a page which has more details, right? A little more details about one of the used cars that they have. One of the employees won an award. So here's what is the photo being shared. Um, okay, now how do you prepare your car for the monsoons? This is the point. There is a new vehicle, okay, pre-owned selection. We have over 50 used Hondas in stock ready to go. Here is a Honda Ridgeline. Okay, this is the detail of the car. All right, I'll post this link across in after this video, and you can have a look at this page on your own. Okay, so everybody, this is the idea. The point here is marketing plan number 2 was about putting a lot of activity, a lot of posts on your social media handles. Marketing plan number 3 is to build a follower count on that page. Now, some of your pages now may not have too many followers, and if you've just started doing this, chances are that you have 0 followers. Now, what do you do? Okay, what you do is you can actually run a campaign on Facebook to bring in followers. Where is this? This is a conversion campaign that you run where you get people to engage with your Facebook page. You use this to take your followers to a particular limit. So you can keep the audience as global, and Facebook will show this campaign to people who who like to engage with pages, which meaning what they like. So the call to action button is a like. And as you show it to thousands of people will like your page. Will it result in any business? Maybe not. But what happens is every time a person visits your page, the first thing that they notice is the number of followers, and that is where it has an impact. Okay. You can do the same thing for growing Instagram followers. Both of these are conversion campaigns or engagement campaigns that you can run. Ask your agency to do something like this, and that's how it can work out. All right. So this is how you do this. You run campaigns to grow followers, global audience, take this to 5 or 10K, and then pause the campaigns because now you're ready to get good quality visitors. Okay, so that would be marketing plan number 4 is every day. Chances are you have about 50 to 100 people visiting your dealership. Okay, every visitor on that page should become a page follower. How? You create a QR code and you put that QR code easily visible all over the dealership, at the sales counters, at the service counters, and in the lounge where people are waiting when their car is getting serviced. Everywhere you put it, in the accessories counter. Train each and every member of your team to show to the customer the benefits of following the page. So, could you give a review, please? If you're happy with us, sir, could you give a review? So, could you follow the page? There are a lot of offers we keep coming out for our customers. And as soon as you like a particular offer, it will keep coming into your feed regularly. I can run Facebook ads for people who are following my particular page or who are engaging with my page. These are called remarketing campaigns. So marketing plan number 4 is every page, every visitor to the dealership should be made to interact and engage with the Facebook page. And you can do this with the Google business profile also. Now, assuming you are at zero today and you got 100 people coming in every day, and let's say about 50 of them, okay, listen, then what are you going to talk about? 13 to 50 in a month, you're getting 1500 likes on the page. Within a year, you have reached 18,000. At 18,000, given if you are, you would be amongst the top pages in the city in a year or two. That's what I can promise. So this is marketing plan number 4. Mind you, this has to be done after you put up all the content calendar. Because once I visit the page, I should have content on that page that engages me for at least 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, that's the idea. All right. So this is how we build community. All of these 4 points are absolutely free. All you need is 1 or 2 people at your end. And if you want, we can come over and train your people on how to do this. It's a short session of about 2 hours that we can do. If you are a regional manager or a zonal manager in an automobile company, get all your dealership teams together and we'll run this session for them. We've already done it in a few other companies and it's worked wonderfully well. All right. Now we come to the paid campaigns. So now what we can do is we can now run a paid campaign to get leads from cold audiences. Uh, we recommend this method because it is far better than buying leads from aggregators. The leads that you buy from aggregators, chances are that you have a very poor quality of those leads, 3 to 4% conversion ratios. And if you look at, I mean, even if you're buying those leads at, let's say, 150 rupees per lead, and you are ending up with a 3% conversion ratio, which means 150 into 3, 4,500 rupees or 5,000 rupees is your cost per retail. I will explain cost per retail a little later in this video, but that's a large amount of money that you are spending because you are going in for poor quality. Much better way to do this is to actually run campaigns at your end. And these campaigns can be for sales, these campaigns can be for the service workshop, it can be for other services, the AMC, exchange offers, a lot of these things are there. We recently ran a campaign for an automobile dealer in East India where we got less than 40 rupees per lead and we generated 283 quality leads for that individual. I'd like to show you a little bit of how we go about doing this. So this is how we work. What we do is the customer just gives us the name of the product. We go to the website of the company, study the product in detail, see all the videos of that particular product, and make a list of ad assets. So, what are ad assets? Primary text, description, headline, hashtags, okay, and we understand from them what is the target audience. So, this is the exercise that we did for a truck dealership. What they told us was that, my customer is very price sensitive, and we kind of ask them a question. I mean, if someone is buying a truck with the intention of leasing it out to a customer and running a business of transport and logistics with that, I mean, shouldn't he be also interested in fuel efficiency? Shouldn't he be also interested in total cost of operation, ownership? Shouldn't he be interested in mileage, the maintenance packages? So what we did was we made different primary text. We made one very detailed primary text. We made different types of headlines. So we made 5 different headlines. One of them spoke about fuel efficiency. One of them spoke about environmental friendliness. One of them spoke about the offers that were available. So what happens is, the mistake that we make many times is we bunch all the messaging, all the communication in one particular creative. Here we separated it all and we added different creatives. We added different headlines, descriptions, okay, all these things. You already know what all of these things are because we've covered it in the Facebook ads module. And then we ran the campaign. Once we ran the campaign, this is how we got this lead of. Assuming that these guys were running at about 15% conversion ratios, the cost per retail on a 40 rupees lead came out to about, multiply that by 8, about 320 rupees. There's an obscenely low rate of input that we get. What we used was instant forms. This was the object, this was the thing. And this is the point that I was talking about, is that we used 5 different headlines, we used 10 different creatives, primary text, also different file, description file, and then we filled up this entire real estate that was available to us. We had a very detailed primary text. Why? Because we have become a nation that hates salespeople. uh, courtesy our colleagues in other companies who annoy the customer like crazy. The customer does not want to talk to salespeople at all, and therefore, what do? They do research online. So therefore, the ad enables him to do research online. Because the ad contains everything. He does not need to come to my website. I am not sending the guy using the ad. I'm not sending him to the website. I'm actually giving him all the information in the ad itself. And once he's done with his research, he convinces himself. And then he reaches out to me for a test drive. And by then, when that happens, we already have made a majority of the sale online. So this reduces your dependence on your sales team. Your sales team members might have a little bit of attrition. We always get affected when some of our key members move out. Okay, that's the idea. Okay. All right, so this is the point. Now, how do we go about reporting all of these things? We have a separate video on the kind of reports that we recommend that you should generate. We of course talk about overall campaign results, results by platform. So this is how we do results by creative images. Remember, we put 10 creative images, and out of those, only 2 worked. And that's what he gave us. The simplest image was the one that worked the best. Okay, there was really nothing more to that. We gave, and this is the idea. The idea is not to clutter up a creative with multiple messaging points. Okay. If you look at the headlines, I was mentioning that we had 5 different headlines, and what actually came out, number one was a profit hoga or bhi zyada. This was a particular slogan of the company. That's what came out to be the most successful. Okay. Coming to marketing plan number 6, we now run remarketing lead generation ads with warm audiences. So Facebook allows me to create about 8 plus 5, 13 different types of warm audiences. For the automobile industry, one of the most powerful remarketing campaigns that you can run is this on the customer list. So here what we can do is we can upload an Excel sheet onto Facebook. Facebook simply asks for the name and either the phone number or the email address. And Facebook reverse engineers it and calculates the Facebook ID or the Instagram ID and then presents it as an audience to which we can run campaigns. So I can upload my own database of 2018, 19, 20, and 21 and target these guys for an exchange campaign with one of my new car models. My service workshop has lots of people coming in every day. I capture their phone number, I capture their email ID, and I market an AMC to them. I don't need a telecalling team to do this. I just need an Instagram ad, and my ad runs all the time. I mean, it can run at 10 o'clock in the night, it can run at 12 o'clock in the night, and it doesn't impinge on the customer's privacy. It's happening in his feed. We carry tons of competition databases. So you can take a competition database of a relevant product and run a campaign for those guys. We can use the lost customer database that we have. You can use the M1 database that you have. Okay. So these are called campaigns for warm audiences. I can use a concept, I can use the custom and lookalike audiences to create campaigns like these. And this saves me a lot of money. It improves my lead quality. It improves my conversion ratios. And in general, if I'm doing this on a hyper-local basis, it actually is an awesome, awesome way to operate. All right, that's point number 6. And now let's come to point number 7 is I can now also run Google search ads targeting competition keywords. So think of your best-selling product. Think of your focus product right now. You want to think of the corresponding competitor and do a search on that particular product. Okay. So let me just show you how this would work. So let's say I open a new Chrome tab, and now let's say Brezza is my competitor. Fine. So what will I do? I will just take Maruti Brezza, okay, and I will take on road price Mumbai. Now see here. Okay, what is the site? There's no ad that is coming in. I can bid on this keyword because a Maruti Brezza on-road price is a high tail keyword, a long tail keyword. Long tail keywords indicate higher purchase intent, right? So he's at the bottom of the funnel. He's done his research. He's focused on Maruti Brezza. He just wants to know what the price is. And at that point in time, I come up with my product and says, okay, why don't you go in for this particular product? And that's the idea. Mahindra is doing a lot of advertising right now in the newspapers. What do people do? Mahindra, they will see the ad in the newspaper. There is a QR code over there. So some of us will open our phone or start the QR code scanner app and look for the product over there and look for the product online. But some of us might just come to Google and search for Mahindra electric, okay, cars, electric car price. And now see here, I've got all of these. This is, by the way, there are no ads that are running on each of these. But Mahindra can actually, I can piggyback on the marketing budget of my competitors and direct the traffic, the high purchase intent, bottom of the funnel traffic to my particular. Mind you, also these become CPC campaigns. So when you run a cost per click campaign, you are charged only when someone clicks on your ad. So when I'm not clicking on your ad, there is no charge to you. You're not getting charged for impressions, unlike what happens in a CPM campaign. All right. So everybody, these are the 7 ways in which you can go around running Google. The 7th step that we're talking about is how do you run a Google search ad for competition keywords, and and you can run a CPC campaign, and you pay only for when someone clicks on these ads. All right. So this is the overall summary of what we discussed. The first point was that you create multiple handles for both Meta and Google ecosystems. A website is not enough, a Facebook page is not enough. Marketing plan number 2, daily posts that are savable and shareable. Third point is once you start posting regularly, after a month or so, boost the page, do not boost posts, boost the page itself. Okay. Point number 4, make every visitor to the dealership a follower. Point number 5, lead generation ads with cold audiences. Point number 6, remarketing for people who have already visited some Facebook page or watched a video of yours. And the last point was Google search ads targeting competition keywords. Now the question you'll ask at the end of all of this is how am I supposed to measure all of these things? So the last point in the video is that we do not agree with cost per lead being an indicator, the right indicator of a performance marketing campaign. All right, let me give you an example. Okay, so let's say you're running some BTL activities. You got a van campaign, you're doing a test drive campaign outside a mall, you're running a newspaper campaign, and you're doing digital. Now, you look at the cost per lead, and at first glance, it appears digital is cheaper. Yes, but within digital, what is cheaper? Okay, so here's what I do. Let's say I'm running campaigns on Google, I'm running campaigns on Facebook. I come to know based on I'm spending 20,000 rupees in each of the places, and I figure out that Google gives me the lowest cost per lead, and BTL is actually giving me the lowest cost per lead, okay, 80 rupees. But now when I look at a cost per retail, and retail would happen maybe 30 days later, maybe a couple of months later. So a lead that I get in February actually convert in March, right? So every time in March, I am selling 100 cars. I ask, where did we get the name for this guy? Okay, did we get it from a BTL campaign? Did we get it from a Google campaign? Did we get it from a Facebook and Instagram campaign? And what was the cost per retail? Now I come to know that Facebook actually gave me the lowest cost per retail. That is where I need to channelize my digital marketing. All right, everybody. So this is the idea. Campaign wise cost per retail is a powerful indicator of marketing ROI. This is the point that we need to talk. Okay. All right. So on that note, okay, we have an offer running for our customers right now. So if you are a business owner, we can help you with running these Facebook ads for leads. We do believe that social media marketing you should do yourself. If you want your team to be trained on all of these things, okay, let me know. But otherwise, go ahead and implement all of these things. These are all tried and tested models. We implement them for our customers all the time, and that's why we're sharing them. All right. Thank you. I will see you in the next video.